I do feel optimistic, you know, and for peculiar reasons, because people who are completely involved with electoral politics would think that just 6 months after a government has won a major majority, it's a strange time for such an uprising. But I don't think it's a strange time. It came on the back of the abrogation of Section 370, the heartbreaking judgment of the Ayodhya judgment, and then this. And it was the straw that broke the camel's back. And what's really important about this, even though general elections are 4 years away, is that this movement blunts the only weapon that the BJP-RSS has, which is communal hatred. I think that now the genie can't go back into the box. The Muslim population coming out, Muslim women coming out, young Muslim women coming out. This is a great thing, because it's been so confected. How can Muslims have a voice? So far, they've been pushed out of the media. They've been pushed out of obviously the political arena, and the only people that were allowed to speak were people, Maulanas, and people who were furthering the kind of right-wing Hindu agenda. Now you have a plethora of Muslim voices, radical voices, women's voices, all kinds of voices, a range, So this is not, you can see from the range of these voices that it isn't a organized movement, There are slogans that come up which are uncomfortable for some people and not for others. There's a kind of chaos in it which is beautiful. While we are looking at people, poets, dancers, painters, writers, students blunting this weapon in myriad ways, the other thing we are seeing, which is very important, is a kind of federalization of India structurally, while these people lose state election after state election. And so I feel it's very important for us to respect that federalism, because I think that a kind of deep federalism is the only alternative to balkanization. As you know, and I know, the whole reason for the mobilization around NRC-CAA is totally different in the Northeast, as it should be. Everywhere else, we have to sort of make sure that state governments do what Bengal, Kerala, Punjab and all are doing, which is to refuse to implement this. At a district level, people have to force the district officials, they have to boycott the NPR, they have to refuse to give their papers.
As a writer, does it fuel you with new ideas, new inspiration?
Well, I'm actually just writing about that now. And there are two things that happen if you're a writer, On the one hand, it's wonderful to be in these huge crowds, but I'm not such a one to address these huge audiences, because to me, I feel that as a writer, I think the text needs to accommodate our complexity and our density against this oversimplification that fascism demands of us, So that complexity and intricacy is not the space for a soapbox speech by me. So I just want to come out and say, Inqilab Zindabad, but the writing happens in a more private space, but yeah, it's exhilarating.